So today we're going to talk about a pretty fundamental shift in how we think about AI. We're moving way beyond just asking a single AI for help. We're talking about building and managing an entire department of AI agents. Agents that can actually work together to solve your company's most complex problems. Let's dive in and see how you can build your own.
You've definitely seen the demos, right? The buzz is everywhere. But as a leader, you've got to ask the tough question. Are these AI agent teams just the latest hype, or are they a real, durable competitive advantage for my business? You're not just looking for a new toy, you're looking for a genuine edge. Let's be honest for a second. Right now, most of the AI we use, even the really powerful stuff, kind of feels like having a single super smart intern. You give it a self-contained task, it goes off and does its best, and then it brings you a result. It's useful for sure, but it's also pretty limited.
But what if you could blow past that limitation? What if you could build a whole department of AI specialists? I'm talking a coder, a data analyst, a project manager, and you could get them all to collaborate on a major project. Well, that's the core promise we're going to unpack today.
And the framework that makes all this possible is Microsoft's AutoGen. Think of it as the toolkit for graduating from that single AI intern to a fully functioning AI department.
Okay, so what is this thing really? At its heart, AutoGen is an open-source framework built for multi-agent conversations. It's basically a system for creating and orchestrating these teams of AI agents, letting them talk to each other, write and run code, and, this is the super important part, pull a human into the conversation whenever it's needed.
You know, the real magic of AutoGen really comes down to two key roles. First, you've got the assistant agent. This is your specialist AI worker, the one actually writing the code or crunching the numbers. But the real game changer is the user proxy agent. This agent is like your digital twin inside the system. It's the one that safely runs the code, but more importantly, it knows when to hit the brakes and ask for your human approval before it moves forward. That combination of AI horsepower and human oversight is what makes AutoGen ready for real business.
Of course, AutoGen isn't the only game in town. So how does it actually stack up against the competition? It's time for a little framework showdown.
I love this quote from a top analyst because it just nails the core difference. See, it's not about which one is better. It's about which one is right for your problem. Do you have a process that's already defined, or are you stepping into the unknown to find a new solution?
This table makes that distinction super clear. Crew AIs is like an assembly line. It's perfect for automating processes you already know and repeat all the time. Line graph, that's for the hardcore engineers who need a detailed blueprint with 100% control over every single step. But AutoGen? AutoGen is your R&D workshop. It's built for conversational flexibility, designed for those messy, complex, exploratory problems where you don't even know what the solution path looks like at the beginning.
Okay, so enough with the technical stuff. What's the actual business case here? Let's break down the real, tangible value this brings to different leaders in your company. All right, if you're the CTO, you're thinking about speed, security, and how this whole thing plugs into the world you've already built.
For you, the value proposition is crystal clear. You've got the low-code AutoGen Studio, which means rapid prototyping, not months, but days. It has native database connectors, so you can hook your agents up to real business data securely right from the get-go. And because it uses standard stuff like Docker and fits right into your existing DevOps pipeline, it's not some rogue project. It's a secure, natural extension of the tech stack you already know and trust.
Now, let's switch hats. For the CFO, the question is always about the bottom line. What's the ROI and what's the total cost of ownership? Where's the financial win?
The key here is that we're moving from just automating simple tasks to automating entire processes. The real ROI isn't about saving one person a few minutes here and there. It's about automating an entire supply chain optimization or a complex financial reconciliation workflow. And because it's so tightly integrated with the Microsoft ecosystem, things like Azure OpenAI and Dynamics 365, it actually lowers your total cost of ownership by leveraging the enterprise agreements you probably already have in place.
And for the head of operations, well, it's all about execution, reliability, and quality control. You just can't have an AI going off the rails on a critical business process.
This is exactly why that human-in-the-loop workflow is an absolute must-have for any serious business use case. Here's how it works. The AI team finishes a chunk of work, but then, boom, the whole system pauses and flags it for human review. A manager can look at the output, maybe right inside Microsoft Teams, and give it the thumbs up. Only then does the process continue. It's quality control, baked right into the system's DNA.
Okay, but let's be real.
No platform is a magic wand. To be truly successful with this, we have to be honest about the challenges and, more importantly, know exactly how to solve them.
The first big hurdle is something called non-determinism. It just means the same prompt can produce different results, which is a total nightmare for production reliability. The solution is to engineer for it. You set the model's creativity setting, what's called temperature, to 0 for more predictable results. You log everything, and you use the new built-in debugging tools to trace and fix any failures. The second big one is cost. We've all heard the stories. Chatty agents get stuck in a loop and suddenly you've got a massive API bill. The answer is to put strict guardrails in place. You have to monitor costs with the built-in profiler, set automatic turn limits to break out of loops, and use cheaper models for the simpler tasks. And again, your human in the loop is the ultimate circuit breaker.
And finally, just debugging these complex conversations can be incredibly tricky. It's like trying to listen in on a conference call with 10 people talking at once. The solution is simply using the right tools. AutoGen Studio gives you a visual map of the entire conversation, and new standards like OpenTelemetry let you trace these AI interactions in the same dashboards your teams already use, like Datadog or Azure Monitor. It treats the AI system like any other modern app.
So where is all of this going? Well, this isn't just about building agent teams inside your own company. Microsoft is playing a much, much longer game. They're laying the foundation for what they call the agentic web.
What's happening is a massive convergence. Microsoft is blending its agent technologies into one single unified platform, and the goal is this future called the Open Agentic Web. Just imagine a world where your company's AI agents can securely talk and transact business with your suppliers and customers' agents, creating these fully automated value chains. They're literally building the new HTTP and HTML of the internet, but for AI agents.
So let's bring it all home. The bottom line is this. AutoGen is the tool you grab when you're facing complex, exploratory problems. It's for when you want a team of AI experts to collaborate and figure out the solution for you, not just to follow a series of steps you already laid out.
And that really brings us to the final question. This technology moves us from giving an AI a simple task to giving an entire AI department a mission. So now that you can build one, what's the first complex, messy, important problem you're going to give it?